Of all of the members who have been in the Seven, the one I despise the most is ATrain, second only to Homelander. Don't get me wrong, I think ATrain is a great villain, and I can understand him as a character, but as a person, I hate this guy, and he sucks. So yeah, let's talk about why he sucks. In Season 1 of The Boys, ATrain's #1 priority is making sure he secures his spot in the Seven. He is getting older, and he knows that the day a younger and faster speedster comes along and takes his place could happen at any moment. In fear of the competition and the fact that he is succumbing to old age, he turns to Compound V, which is essentially steroids for soups. ATrain has a brother who has told him time after time to lay off that stuff, and although ATrain says that he is clean, he is not, and he is ruining his life as well as others because of it. He killed Robin, an innocent bystander, and many others, and he doesn't put much thought into his actions. Even though this stuff is bad for his heart and may one day kill him, that price is worth paying as long as he remains in the Seven. Aside from being an egotistical prick, what makes him a character I love and hate at the same time is because of his desperation to cling to fame and fortune. There is a soup named Shockwave, and Shockwave is coming for ATrain. He wants to prove that he is faster than the current speedster in the Seven, so ATrain has to race Shockwave to prove who is the fastest speedster. Yet he doesn't even know if he can beat Shockwave, especially without Compound V. The only person he can confide with is his girlfriend, Popclaw, who he loves. His feelings for Popclaw are real, but he cannot go public with their relationship because he is a hero of the highest class, while she is a C-list superhero. Popclaw wants nothing more than to go public with the relationship so that they can stop sneaking around and doing secretive meetups. But does ATrain want this? Maybe, but that doesn't matter because his #1 priority is himself. Even if he truly wants to go public, he will not allow it because his higher-ups won't allow it due to it not making him look good. If it doesn't make him look good, it could hurt his ratings in the public eye, which ATrain does not want to risk. ATrain has had his head so far up his own butt that when he kills Popclaw, he blames Huey as the person who killed her and that this all started because of Huey. He is unable to understand that the reason Huey is doing what he is doing is because ATrain killed Robin. When someone he cares for dies, he's an emotional wreck. Yet when he kills someone another person cared for, it's just an afterthought and sums it up to an accident. ATrain's role in Season 2 as an antagonist is not that prevalent, but it is a reminder of how badly he wants to remain in the Seven. Because of his heart attack, he is kicked out of the Seven because he can no longer run at top speed without putting his heart at risk. Once kicked out of the Seven, he resorts to the church that reformed deep in hopes that he can reclaim his spot. If ATrain wants to return to the Seven, Shockwave needs to go, as well as Stormfront. Shockwave meets an unfortunate end that was beyond ATrain's control, but Stormfront he can handle. He manages to get his hands on classified information, which he gives to the boys so that they can expose her. Season 2 ATrain is a reminder of ATrain's obsession with fame and fortune. It's not like he was going to go out in a bad way. Nobody was going to use dirt they gathered on him to kick him out of the Seven. They simply were going to let him retire due to his heart, and were even going to make a movie about it. Granted, the movie probably wasn't that good, but ATrain is so bitter about it. All that he has achieved within his lifetime is not enough. He wants more, and he despises how he is being treated. He wasn't as bad in Season 2 as he was in Season 1, but Season 3 ATrain is the one I love and hate the most. After rejoining the Seven, ATrain wants to rebrand himself and supposedly gets in touch with his roots. So he has the brilliant idea to pander to the African American community and try to give them a figure to look up to. He has all of these movie ideas about going to Africa and whatnot, but the biggest change he has is his costume. He changes the color scheme to resemble something that would resonate more with Africans. Not African Americans, Africans. ATrain says he wants to help African Americans, but his version of helping is like what companies and celebrities do. They will go on social media and say that they support a cause, and they might alter their logo to say that they've gone the extra mile, but it takes no more than a second look to realize they don't care. The only reason they are doing this is because it looks good on them, and it may increase their sales, and making sales to generate profit is the only thing that they care about. It's not inherently bad that they pander, it's just annoying because they'll say that they care about human rights or whatever, while simultaneously limiting human rights. ATrain and Vaught are these real-life companies. He says he wants to help, but his version of helping is starring in lukewarm movies and commercials. The only reason he has brought about this change is because he needs a reason to rebrand himself to stay afloat. Then you have the dichotomy between ATrain and his brother. While ATrain is out performing politics, his brother is actually out there fighting forces that harm African Americans. His brother even calls him out and says why not try to do some actual activism like going after Blue Hawk, who killed someone unjustly after accusing them of a crime. So ATrain tries to organize a meeting with Blue Hawk, but Deep convinces Homelander to shut down the idea. Enraged, ATrain later confronts Deep, and after they get into an altercation, Homelander arrives and antagonizes ATrain. ATrain's rage for Homelander grows, and he feels powerless. He is trying to do some actual activism, and he is reaching his limit with Homelander. Supersonic offers ATrain the chance to take down Homelander, so things might be looking up. We might actually get a redemption arc. Oh, never mind. I hate ATrain. He is so afraid of Homelander that he ratted out his opportunity to take him out. To make matters even worse, he brings Blue Hawk to a group of African Americans so that Blue Hawk can apologize, but things get out of hand. Blue Hawk attacks the civilians, including ATrain's own brother, and paralyzes him. ATrain is so caught up in a storm of his own emotions that he seeks justice. He wants to do something, so he turns to Vaught. And I love how Ashley puts him in his place, saying that he doesn't care about the lives he ruined. He only cares when it happens to him. You'd think that ATrain learned his lesson, but I'm not sure if he has. Sure, he apologizes to Huey, but shortly after that he kills Blue Hawk. That was the exact opposite of what his brother wanted. He wanted Blue Hawk to face the repercussions of his actions, but ATrain robbed him of that when he killed Blue Hawk. All of the Supes stoop to low levels so that they can stay afloat, and in my opinion, none of them stoop lower than ATrain. Upon his awakening with the new heart, he is told that he is going to go back to his old costume. To me, it doesn't make a difference which costume he wears, but his lack of resistance tells me he doesn't care about that in the first place. Then, he is told he has to openly slander Starlight, someone who tried to help him, and he's comfortable enough doing it. Finally, he's going to star in a movie where he pretty much goes from a street thug to a track star with the help of a coach. It's interesting how this is the only one he didn't immediately agree to, because he knows that may be a negative reflection on his own image. I want to think that ATrain will change in season 4, but this guy has had opportunities to turn a new leaf. But it is clear that he wants to remain in the limelight. If he has to blatantly pander to a cause he doesn't care for, or work for a man that despises him, he will do it because ATrain is a self-centered person clinging to stay at the top. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then please consider subscribing. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.